run a business and you're out here screaming to the point where it's interfering with their business or people walking on the sidewalk, that's affecting other people, right? That's when
free speech affects people in general, right?
Yes, so that's when we're having issues. Okay, so that's all. Okay. So just keep it at a good volume.
Well, my opinion, a good volume is blast it.
He's really loud. Now,
that's my opinion.
Okay.
And you're still going to get complaints. Is basically
that's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to clear up is.
Don't come near me, man.
What are you doing?
None of your business.
What are you doing around my cars?
None of your business.
Yeah, it is my business.
No, it's not.
Dude, it is.
Oh, for what? You gonna tase me?
I'm gonna tase you. If you don't answer my questions, you're gonna get tased.
So I'm gonna get. You're
gonna get tased.
Beat me up and I answer your question.
You're behind my cars. You're gonna get tased. What are you doing behind?
Last video, who actually wanted to give his name.
Well, we've done some homework. I've done some homework. Oklahoma does not have a stop and ID.
No, well, you guys should know that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
We already knew that. But that's if I see somebody for no reason and I say, hey, I want your ID, they don't have to give it.
No,
they don't.
You're right.
But if we get dispatched somewhere, you know, whether it's a suspicious activity or something like that, and we try and ID them, that's kind of a gray line.
Well, here's what I can say to you.
What happens when free speech collides with selective enforcement? In Medford, Oregon, peaceful protesters stand outside Planned Parenthood, voicing their beliefs. But when police show up, it's not the Constitution they're enforcing. It's complaints. With vague claims of unnecessary noise and no actual laws being broken, officers attempt to walk the line, yet trample over the First Amendment.
Are you here to shut the place down?
No.
That murders children?
No.
Wow.
So hey guys, I'm working this side of town now. We just had a rollover, which means we all switch sides of town, okay? And I want to talk to you guys about what you're doing out here, okay? I completely respect your right to, you know, protest and the message you're trying to preach out here. Yep, 100%.
Freedom to be heard.
I get it. However, we've had several complaints from the businesses and other citizens in this area, okay?
But others
Hold on.
like this.
Hold on, let me finish. That go past that, okay? You guys can be out here, preach your message, but don't cross the line. If you try to talk to someone and they say, hey, I'm not interested, don't follow them, don't offer them material. Well, we hear the contrary, right? But we have to check all our boxes, right? Cover all our bases, okay? But me being over behind Ozo Saka and hearing him screaming, that's not okay. Okay? There's businesses here, there's people that use the sidewalk, okay? It doesn't matter. It's unnecessary noise. It's unnecessary.
How do you define unnecessary noise, officer?
An amplifier.
It's unnecessary.
Unnecessary for who?
According to who?
Citizens of Medford and these businesses here. Like I said, we have documented. People have complained about this. No. That is their complaints.
You guys are the complaints department. You are not law enforcement. You're not upholding our rights.
I'm not going to allow you guys to use that as a crutch.
Why don't you tell them,
or an excuse
leave them alone,
to violate
expressing their freedom of speech. Why don't you tell people that on the phone? Don't they call the 911
I understand
the emergency
what you're
number?
saying. Okay.
Thank you.
And I understand what you guys are trying to do out here, and I respect your First Amendment right. But there are lines that need to not be crossed, okay?
Let me tell you this. We do this. People, let's say, come out to counter against us. They have big boombox, loud boombox, holding it up
in our faces.
That's also not okay.
And we've had cops sit there in the parking lot and watch them.
And I called the police on that, and the cop said, "Oh, it's awful, but it's not unlawful." That was the funny little pithy thing he said.
All right. So it seems that
so
in the past,
it's not okay for us, but it's okay for them.
In the past, this has been handled a lot differently. Okay, I'm telling you, going forward, in meetings that we've had with our city attorney and our administration about what's been going on down here on both sides. Okay, we are of the thought that as long as you guys are doing it respectfully to everyone in the businesses, that's totally fine. Okay, what we can't have is unnecessary noise where it's impeding people's way to walk through here, use these businesses, whether it be Astral or Planned Parenthood, because they're not just coming here for what you guys are saying, you know, is bad. Okay, they're not coming here just to murder babies or whatever. You can get care here if you're pregnant. You can get birth control. There's teenagers coming here. Just
You can murder your baby.
If they
doesn't.
killed puppies, they'd be standing
We
here
talked about
with
opinions
us.
earlier,
You
right?
can murder babies
We talked
with
about
the police,
opinions
with the
earlier,
protection
right?
of the police.
So
But anyway, we don't impede anyone from going in there.
that's not
They
what
have
we're
their
getting.
freedom to walk
And you
in
may
and
not
out.
have.
You're
And you
gonna-
may not
we
have.
could be on our best behavior. You're still gonna get complaints. So now check
Okay, what about this guy
out.
right here?
Yeah.
You gonna shut him
Is
down?
that unnecessary noise?
Yes.
I know where I'm going.
You can talk to him?
Don't need y'all.
You can talk to him?
He's upset because you guys are out here too.
So you can talk to
So
him?
you're gonna get complaints no matter what we're doing or not doing.
Hey.
So you can go talk to him?
Four sides.
Don't judge.
He's upset because he woke up this morning.
So-
That's why he's upset.
This is a freaking hate crime.
The only people we
Yes,
control is
Planned
ourselves, right?
Parenthood is crimes against
So hey guys,
humanity.
this is me just coming out here, trying to talk to you
You're being
guys.
very sweet. I like you. You're fine.
And
But-
that way we head
Unless-
all this off in the first place, okay? As long as you guys are doing this, totally fine. When
You're
I
still gonna get complaints.
I understand that, and we'll
Okay.
deal with them as they come. As long as you guys
Tell
are
them to
controlling
hush.
yourselves, that's what we want to see, okay? And this is me heading it off, and after I'm done with you guys, I'm going to talk to the businesses too, okay? This is my part of town now. We rolled over last week, and this is something that I want to head off before any nastiness happens, okay? That's my goal. So that's what I want, okay? I'm not coming down here to say this is wrong or anything like that, but this is just something that we have to. It's hard because we have to appease you guys and respect your rights, but we also have to, make sure that these people who are running businesses in Medford
You gotta take care of complaints.
are taken care of as well, right?
Mhm.
So that's it. That's all, guys.
And there's been many times that, and I'm not even talking about just us alone, that people have complained, and an officer will come out and say, "You guys are not doing anything wrong. You're under the, following the Constitution. This is what you have the right to do. I'm sorry that
As long
somebody
as
that
it's-
doesn't like what they're hearing, and you can complain about anything, but
As long as it's respecting our
Right to
municipal
do.
code and all that kind of stuff, I'm totally fine with it. Okay, guys, that's it.
As far as loudness, is that what you mean?
There's the ordinance for unnecessary noise, which is a violation, but there's also disorderly conduct. And some of the stuff that
It's
we've
very
gotten
vague.
in these emails is borderline disorderly conduct. Okay, guys, and that's stuff that we've met with our city attorneys
And we
about.
do videotape.
Right, and that's why this is like clean slate. Me coming out here and touching base with you guys first, right?
So
I'm
when
not
you're
coming out
lied
here.
to, we'll provide you video evidence
That's
that
why.
they're lying.
That's fine, and that's why I do investigation, right? That's why I talk to them and I talk to you, right?
and just using words is not disorderly. Conduct is
Generally,
actually an
I would agree with
action
you, yes.
upon something.
And we do have a right to be heard.
I'm
And,
not saying that you don't.
well, but you're saying
But when
unnecessary
people-
noise, which is
but
extremely.
when people come to us and say, "Hey, I tried to go in the business and I was accosted so much that I had to leave," that's not okay. And
Well,
that's
then
why
you
we
would
do
need
these things.
proof of that, right?
And that's why I'm not citing you or arresting you,
Yeah.
right? I'm
Yeah.
here to touch base with you, so all that can be avoided, right?
So
Mhm.
is that what happened today?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Somebody called you.
No.
and said
This
they
is
were
all in the
accosted?
past. This is stuff
Okay.
that I'm being made aware of because
Okay.
I now work this part of town. That's all. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna let you go about your day. I'm gonna make contact with you.
Officer Freeman?
Yep.
And your badge number, please?
56958.
56958, okay.
All right. Hey, sir. You weren't kind of here when I was explaining to them, but they kind of relay the message to you. Somewhat.
And we've got it on video.
Oh, perfect.
So
Okay.
we'll be looking at it.
Yeah, just as long as everybody's doing it civilly, that's all we really want to see. Okay.
Only
Jesus
problem
said,
is there's
the world
no
hates me because I
civilization in
testify
there
its
where
works
they're
are evil.
murdering babies.
That's what we're here doing. We're testifying that their works are evil, and they get angry at us. Like that gentleman that came down, I can't even call him a gentleman, but screaming and yelling. I offered him a trap. That's all I did. And he started yelling and screaming at me, and then he's cursing all the way down here. So whatever you guys saw
And we've seen him
was not
numerous
me.
times.
They're
I offered him a trap.
Partially.
Yeah,
Just like that.
which is within what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm totally
Okay,
fine with that.
So
cool.
he
That's
blew
good.
up.
Yeah,
That's
which
good to know.
we see all the time, and just we just want to see it all peaceful, which you guys were doing when I showed up.
It's not
so-
peaceful. They're murdering babies in there. That's not peaceful at all.
So, unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do to control.
Actually,
that, okay,
well,
guys?
there is. Police department, they can shut this place
appeal to
down.
your superiors, and they can appeal to their superiors. And there is called a doctrine of the lesser magistrate. You are the lesser magistrate. You can stand up. Yes, you may lose your job, but you can stand up.
It's not
You
something.
can. Yeah, see, so you would rather have...
I'm going to complain about that guy. Called us a faggot. That wasn't very nice.
All right, guys.
All right.
Get out of here.
But question, Officer Freeman. Quick question. So if we preach with our regular voice, that's First Amendment, right? Is that no problem? Like, no matter how loud we get,
It's more subjective than that.
How so?
The law allows for that. You're saying it's subjective, right? If this person is trying to run a business and you're out here screaming to the point where it's interfering with their business or people walking on the sidewalk, that's affecting other people, right? That's when
free speech affects people in general, right?
Yes,
so
that's when we're having issues. Okay, so that's all.
Okay.
So just keep it at a good volume.
Well, my opinion, a good volume is blast it.
He's really loud. Now,
that's my opinion.
Okay.
And you're still going to get complaints.
That's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to clear up is you're going to get complaints whenever you have someone exercising their First Amendment rights, especially when people don't like it, their free speech. You're going to have people complain. So are you going to say they have a right to do it? They're preaching or they're speaking, whatever. They're giving their opinion. They have a right to do it per the First Amendment.
Right.
Are you going to
reasonable volume per our
the reason but like what's the reasonable volume? Like what's the standard for that?
If it's unreasonable, okay, based on
who defines that?
Based on the circumstances, if it's unreasonable, that's why I'm saying if you have someone walking down the sidewalk or the other side of the sidewalk, or you have these businesses that are trying to operate with customers, and you are at a volume that is impeding any of that or causing any type of public disturbance, then we start having issues, okay?
Well, no, because
what's the level?
Yeah,
you
need a standard.
There's got to be a standard by which we can judge.
It's subjective.
Well,
and our city attorney is aware of that, but that's why we come down here and make sure that.
Okay, well, you might want to have the city attorney look up Saya versus New York and Coons versus New York, 1950 and 1948.
I'm just saying, guys. I want to make sure that you guys are doing this, but I want to make sure that you're not getting in trouble for doing it. Okay. Our unnecessary noise and our disorderly conduct
according
is subjective based on the circumstances.
Very subjective, yeah. Like, we think it's very necessary because they're murdering babies in here, and the police are not protecting these children, and nobody cares. We think it's very necessary.
Right.
So if someone else says it's necessary.
I respect your right to preach what you're preaching, but I also respect their right to run a business in Medford.
To murder babies. No, they don't.
Okay.
They don't have to murder babies.
I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, and now let's take Planned Parenthood off the table. You have several other businesses and people using the sidewalk.
Can I say something?
That's it.
We come here very early in the morning. These guys don't open till 10:30 or 11 o'clock. I don't know why he's here right now, but they usually aren't even show up. This is
but
the only place.
We're not only receiving complaints from Planned Parenthood.
I'm saying nobody's open here. They are not open. This is the only place that's open, and they're upstairs. So who knows?
Well, there must have been some occasions where you guys were here.
I mean, not always, but for the most part.
Because not all of our complaints that we have documented are just specifically from people or staff at Planned Parenthood.
Sure.
There's people from Astral. There's people from down here. People just walking by or parking in this area have been what they claim is yelled at. People throwing things inside their cars, like your materials and stuff like that. That's stuff that I don't want to see. Okay. And that's all this is this contact to just clean the slate, make sure everything stays civil, and that's that, okay?
It's not civil as long as they murder babies in there. It's not civil.
You keep coming back to that.
And that's why we're here. You take this away, we're gone.
Hey, I have to be this neutral person, okay?
You shut the...
I get you, but I have to be this neutral person in this situation, okay, guys? That's the position that I swore to do and put myself into, okay? So I'm trying to just make sure you guys both stay on your sides of the fence, and if you guys want to talk about it, that's totally fine. But just do it civilly, okay?
Well, can you tell them to be civil and stop murdering little babies in the womb?
I can't do that. I am a neutral person in this, okay?
No, there's no neutrality.
Side, okay?
There's no neutrality.
Okay.
Just for your own information, let's say they're 2 months in the womb. Just imagine they're 2 years old, out of the womb, and they're murdering up there.
I get
Would you
guys.
go up and rescue them then?
I respect what you guys are doing out there, okay?
Just for your own information, take that away from her.
Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna go now. Just
and Nazi Germany, they said, I'm just doing my job too.
Keep it at an acceptable level, okay?
Well, acceptable is raising your voice so that babies are rescued. So people need to hear, they need to...
You gotta keep it acceptable level, okay?
I think acceptable is to blast it so that people can hear.
What is acceptable and what we do is different, okay?
Well, what do these children think is acceptable? These children being murdered in here.
You keep coming back to that.
That's why we're here, officer.
That's not why I'm here, though.
That's why we're here,
That's
Officer
not why I'm
Freeman.
here.
That's why we're here.
So just keep it at a level voice, all right, man?
I think it's very acceptable. These babies need to hear our cry.
This video is a reminder that rights don't depend on who's offended. They depend on the Constitution. If speech becomes unnecessary just because someone dislikes the message, then freedom isn't free, it's filtered. Always record, know your rights, and never let silence replace your voice when the law is on your side. What starts as a quiet moment of filming turns into a full-blown threat of violence, all because one officer can't handle a citizen with a camera. In Hutchins, Texas, a man peacefully recording police vehicles is suddenly confronted, accused, and even threatened with a taser just for not answering questions. This isn't about safety. It's about control. And when cameras roll, the truth comes out.
Stay back. Stay back. I said stay back. No, you stay back. Stay back, man.
What do you got, man?
Stay back.
What's in your pocket? Take your hand out of your pocket.
Stay back.
Take your hand out of your pocket. Dude, what are you doing?
Stay back. I told you to stay back.
No,
You keep coming.
I'm not coming to stay back. What are you doing,
What are you
man?
doing,
dude?
Stay back. I'm scratching my back. My back itches. Stay back. Don't come near me.
What are you doing?
Don't come near me, man.
What are you doing?
None of your business.
What are you doing around my cars?
None of your business.
Yeah, it is my business.
No, it's not.
Dude, it is.
Oh, for what? You gonna
Yeah,
tase
I'm
me?
gonna tase you. If you don't answer my questions, you're gonna get tased.
So I'm gonna get. If I get,
you're gonna get tased.
You gonna beat me up and I answer your question.
You're behind my cars. You're gonna get tased. What are you doing behind my cars?
I'm unarmed, so if you tase me, it's on you.
That's right. It will be on me. If you don't answer my questions, you're gonna get tased. If you don't answer my questions, you're gonna get tased. If you don't answer my questions, you're gonna get tased. If you don't answer my questions, you're gonna get tased.
So I'm gonna get. If I get,
you're gonna get tased.
You gonna beat me up and I answer your question.
You're behind my cars. You're gonna get tased. What are you doing behind my cars?
I'm unarmed, so if you tase me, it's on you.
That's right. It will be on me. You gonna answer my questions or not?
See, you say you're gonna tase me if I don't answer your questions.
If you don't answer my questions, find out why you're behind my cars, ducking behind my cars.
I feel. Get your supervisor. I feel
I ain't
threatened.
got a supervisor here.
You ain't got
me.
Well, then get him.
I'm me. That's me.
You're the supervisor.
I am me.
You're the supervisor.
I am.
Can't believe you just threatened me for. I don't like the way he's.
You're not complying with what I'm asking.
I don't like the way he's coming at me, man. Especially in this day and age. Nah, bro.
Why are you looking behind my car?
I'm gonna come near. You seem more reasonable. I'm gonna talk to you. I don't like.
Well, I'll talk to you if you tell me what's going on.
I don't like to be surrounded, so we're gonna go over here. You don't threaten people.
Tell me what's going on.
You don't threaten people.
You don't tell me what I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do, sir. Okay,
I am very glad that I caught this on video. I'm very excited about it because it shows the corruption of law enforcement. Get back to the video, guys, and enjoy.
On my property and you're behind my car. What are you doing behind my car? And when I walk up, you leave like you're doing something. What are you doing behind my car? That's what I want to know.
I'd like to know the same thing.
I don't like the way can I talk to him. You see me? What's your name, best numbers? I'll tell you what's your name, best.
Okay, let me just tell you what's going on.
I don't like the way he's coming at me, bro.
Listen to me. You're on public property, okay? You're at the police station, okay? I asked you if I could help you.
I'm gonna go ahead and document because this is bullshit, bro.
The code document. I got my documentation
We're
too.
documenting it as well, okay?
Okay. What are you doing behind my car, in and out, like you're trying to steal something? That's what I want to know.
Are you calling me a thief?
I'm asking you, what are you doing?
We're investigating suspicious activity, okay? You're at our station.
What are you doing? Okay.
You're in behind our personal vehicles, okay?
I don't like to
start reaching for your stuff. We don't know if you have a weapon or what.
My back itches.
Okay. Well, you probably ought to itch your back somewhere else. Not behind our
Some people have itchy backs.
You don't come to the
station. Not when you're telling me to back up and you reach for your
I don't want you near me, dude.
You don't come to the station behind our personal vehicles. We don't know if you're sabotaging the vehicle.
Why would I do that?
What do you do? What's your name, man?
None of your business.
Dude.
Dude, ain't no dude.
Dude.
Failure to ID.
Dude, yeah, you're gonna get failed ID.
Texas 3802. Penal code.
You're a lawyer? Good deal.
I know my rights.
Good deal.
I know my rights.
Good. So you're gonna identify yourself because we're on a specific activity right now.
You only get to ID me if I've been lawfully arrested.
Tell me what the law is, sir.
I know what the law is.
Okay. What's the code?
3802, man.
Okay, Mr. Lawyer.
Don't make any irrational decisions, bro.
Dude, come on.
Hey,
come on.
Todd.
All right, if you're going to arrest me.
No, what are you doing behind my car?
I ain't gonna resist you, bro.
I'm not asking you to resist. What are you doing behind my car? What are you doing behind my car? That's all I want to know.
None of your business.
Hey, you may notify Sarge.
Yeah, notify
He's on a public roadway. He can do all he wants.
No, about see what they want to do.
No, you don't have to do anything. He's on a public roadway. He can do anything he wants to. Sure. But when you're behind my vehicle, and then when I come up and punch you, you run and grab behind your back.
My back itches.
Really, man? What have we done to you?
What are you doing here, bro?
What
Well, right now, I'm documenting this incident because you guys are coming at me aggressive.
I'm not coming at you aggressively.
He literally threatened me
because you're reaching for your back,
dude. I'm trying to talk to you, man, and figure out what you're doing over here.
I told you guys to stay back, and you wouldn't stay back.
But you want to have us. Let me tell you something. I've kept my space from you, man.
Because of the COVID and all that, I'm not trying to catch it.
Okay. We're 6 feet apart.
Social distancing, man. Practice it.
Look, man. I don't understand what's going on. Okay.
Well, you might want to get your sergeant here on this one, man.
While you're over here.
Get your sergeant.
Okay, I can do that for you.
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
Would you please tell me what you're doing over
here?
Well,
right now, what I'm doing over here is exercising my First Amendment rights. That's what I'm doing over here.
You can do that all you want.
No, go ahead and get your sergeant. Go ahead and get your sergeant, bro.
Nobody's gonna infringe on that.
Go ahead and get your sergeant now. Go ahead and get your sergeant. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. Ready to tase me for no reason.
Hey, man, look.
That's sick.
I don't know what you're doing around our vehicles, but I'd appreciate it if you do it somewhere else. Okay?
No, you're gonna get your sergeant here. You're gonna get your sergeant, and I'm gonna explain. No, I want him here. He don't have a right to threaten to tase me. Okay. If I threaten him, I'd be in jail. So go ahead and get your supervisor, man. Your sergeant, your captain.
Notified him.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sit here.
Ask that you please stay away from our vehicles.
That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say is come on with respect, bro. If you
did, right?
But no, he didn't though. You did. You were cool. You were cool, bro. I'm not mad at you.
I want to know, hey, you know, we have our vehicles over here. I don't come into your house where your vehicle's parked or your place. Is
the police department your house? Or is it the people's house?
Do I come to your place of employment and harass you and hide behind your vehicle?
But you're funded by taxpayers.
And fill your license
plate?
I'm not here to argue with you.
But I'm saying you're funded by taxpayers. Please get your sergeant, bro.
I told you he's already been notified.
Is he coming? Is he coming? Is he notified? But is he coming? But is he going to appear here because he just threatened me, man?
I'm not dealing with this. I'm going with that.
You got Wilmer coming. He did the same thing to Wilmer. So Wilmer's coming up here too.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video as I do my best to add additional commentary and narration under fair use. Here's the thing. The police cannot be trusted. And I show you this proof on video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Alright, I really do. I know my commentary has not been the best, but I'm doing my best to what I can. Unfortunately, I haven't been feeling good lately. So I appreciate you guys though. I'm out, guys. Peace. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.
This video proves one powerful truth. You don't have to answer questions, and silence isn't a crime. When officers lead with ego instead of law, accountability begins with a camera. Know your rights, never stop recording, and always stand your ground. Because authority unchallenged is authority unchecked. What happens when a First Amendment auditor walks into a small-town police station and flips the script, demanding that they identify themselves? In this encounter, the chief of police learns that "we've done our research" means game on. What follows is a respectful but sharp exchange over ID laws, suspicion, and the right to film. It's a test of professionalism and constitutional knowledge you don't want to miss.
Just so I know who I'm addressing. That's irrelevant. No, well, it is irrelevant because you made contact with me, so I need to know who you are. All right, how do I know you're a police officer? You didn't give me your name.
I'm wearing a uniform.
Well, what is your name? Anyone can go get a costume. Are you making contact or not? Are you just coming in?
I work in this building.
I know, but I'm asking you as a citizen. What's your name, sir?
I'm Gary Swimiller. I'm the chief of police.
Nice to meet you.
This is assistant chief of police James Mole.
Nice to meet y'all. That's what I'm saying. It's just a courtesy thing. If you,
sure,
you know, courtesy.
Sure.
Well,
But you gotta understand.
I understand.
People that do that kind of make people nervous.
Yeah, and I
like
understand.
That's why they called us to come over here.
And I don't
just
have
to
an
check it
issue.
out.
Yeah, and I don't have an
Okay.
issue with you guys coming to check it out. You know, I would want you to check it out.
Right.
You know, and once you figure out what I'm doing, you know, he's not doing anything wrong. He's in the public areas. He's free
You're
to do
right.
that.
It's public building, public area,
I
but
appreciate
it
it.
does kind of make people a little nervous when that goes on.
I understand. I just, like I said, when somebody asks your name, you should just, you know, as a police officer, and
If I
that's a
remember
courtesy
correctly,
thing.
when I approached you, I asked you what you were doing here and where you were from and stuff like that.
Well,
and you
that's
said
irrelevant.
Nothing but defensive wall.
Why
And
do
I'm
you
not
need to
required to
know
give you
where
my
I'm
name
from?
unless
Well,
we're
you
required
are,
to.
you as a
Can
police
put your
officer. How do I
contact.
know you're a police officer?
You can't tell.
You gotta tell me who you are. I'm officer so and so with this department.
In that case, when we make contact with somebody in whatever regards, because we were basically dispatched over
Mhm.
here, when we ask somebody, they're required to tell us who they are too.
I'd have to disagree with you.
Well,
but
you
as
may
a citizen,
disagree, but you do have to.
no, you don't.
Okay.
But as a citizen, I'm asking you. That's why it's a courtesy
But
issue.
According to you, you're not from here, so.
No, I'm
you're
not.
a citizen, so
You asked me where I'm from. I gave you the. I actually went over and beyond and told you I'm not from here, but I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm from. So it wasn't me being evasive. I just didn't want to tell you where I'm from. It's a privacy issue on my part. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, when somebody makes contact, just do the courtesy thing and just tell them who you are. That's all I ask. Okay.
Ditto.
Can you do that?
Ditto.
So what is?
Veteran stuff.
Oh, cool. I'm just touring the building.
Oh, okay.
Have a nice day. It's Fire Chief. Fire Chief's office. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. Oh.
Hello.
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 Whose office is this?
This is mine.
Oh, Brian? Or,
No,
wait, is
Roger.
this the assistant?
No, I'm just full-time. We're full-time fire.
Oh, okay. So you guys don't get name badges on the doors?
No, but I would take one if you can make one.
Oh, I hear you. All right. Have a nice day. They didn't tell
What's
you.
up, Patrick?
Hey, what's going on?
How much, man? How are you?
Doing good. Nice to see you. You didn't think I was coming back, did you?
Oh no, I figured you would sometime.
One day.
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Good.
So,
What's up?
where do you guys keep the vehicles? Are they?
They're in the back.
Oh.
They're in the back.
That's
of
what
the
I was
building.
wondering. I didn't drive that way, but I've been driving,
Yeah.
this way.
It's
and-
an alley. People can get through
Mhm.
there. I mean, it's all. I mean, we video it and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, just for, for
You want to tell the
whatever,
people
but-
who you are? Guys, this is the
Well-
chief of police of Fairview.
Yes, I'm Gary Sweimeller, the police chief of the city of Fairview.
He's the guy in the last video who actually wanted to give his name.
Well, we've done some homework. I've done some homework. Oklahoma does not have a stop and ID.
No, well, you guys should know
But-
that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
We already knew that. But that's if I see somebody for no reason and I say, "Hey, I want your ID," they don't have to give it.
No,
They don't.
you're right.
But if we get dispatched somewhere, whether it's a suspicious activity or
Mhm.
something like that, and we try and ID them, that's kind of a gray line.
Well, here's what I can say to you,
Sorry, I'm
so you can
breathing.
tell.
I was moving
No,
some
you're fine. You're
boxes.
fine. You're fine. Here's what I'd like to tell you, so you can tell your officers. A lot of things like that. It all depends on the training they receive.
Sure.
But you don't want the violations to occur. So just tell them. You have to have a reasonable suspicion, and you got to be able to articulate.
Well,
it.
they know. They know.
I understand the whole, hey, let's see some ID.
Right.
9 out of 10 times the person will just give it to you.
Right.
But you're going to run into that person who's necessarily agrees with that.
Right, right.
And they're going to want to know, well, what grounds are you going on?
Like First Amendment auditors that don't
Well,
agree with it?
Well, and then, the Second Amendment thing, in Oklahoma, they don't have permitless carry. So
Right.
you have to identify.
Sure.
But when it comes to not having a firearm, a lot of people, what they'll do is, well, what do you suspect me of doing? Well, what's
Right.
the reasonable suspicion?
Well, that's why I'm here asking, because I got dispatched here.
Yeah,
So
and then
I have to look into it.
yeah, and exactly, and that's why they ask, well, what crime do you suspect me of committing?
Right.
Is it legitimate or is it not legitimate? Are you just here as a social call or
Right. And there are some people out there that sometimes, I guess, if somebody's very, very articulate,
Yeah.
they could articulate that, and I'm not saying you are, but
Uh-huh.
somebody that does kind of like what you guys do.
Yeah.
is disruptive to their doing their business, their
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day stuff, that could be articulated as disruptive. I'm telling you that if somebody's really articulate, they could.
Well, and I can understand if you're, causing a scene, being disruptive,
Sure.
hollering, but the simple mere actions
No,
of just.
I understand and I agree with you.
Yeah,
but there are
yeah.
those out there that
Oh,
probably
I agree.
could articulate that you're disrupting our day because
Yeah.
this is not normal.
Yeah, no.
This doesn't happen every day.
Hey, I agree with you. If somebody goes in the building and they're hollering, shouting and whatnot, that I understand that. But
Sure.
just the mere action of just, how you doing today? Nice to
Right.
meet you.
Well,
You know,
you
being
also,
friendly.
You also have to admit that it's not a daily, hourly, whatever occurrence. Somebody walking around buildings, filming anything and everybody. Whether
Well-
it's their God-given right or constitutional right,
Yeah, I
you
understand.
that's not normal to some people.
Yeah, and I understand some people might look at it different, but what they have to understand is, you guys have all these cameras on the ceiling. What makes the difference when I bring mine into the equation? And the only difference is those are for safety, and if somebody comes in and does something,
Sure.
you have video of it or whatnot.
Sure.
Well, all those are public record. I could FOIA those. I could
Mm-hmm.
open records, request those, get those, and whatnot. So there's no difference when I bring mine into the equation.
I don't see a problem.
And the
with
whole
it.
point of it is to see if you respect the First Amendment, and
Sure.
that's all it is.
Well, that's why we're here.
And then the Fusion Center or whatnot, or other police departments or other associations will type up these letters and documents, and you understand what I'm talking about.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they'll point it as sovereign citizens, or
Right.
You
right.
you understand? You
Oh
understand.
yeah. 100%, man. Yeah. Yeah.
This video is a reminder that respect and knowledge go hand in hand. The right to remain silent and unidentified only matters when you understand when it applies. Police must articulate reasonable suspicion, and citizens have every right to question authority, especially when recording in public spaces. Know the law, assert your rights, and always stay calm. What started as simple filming turned into full-blown lessons on the Constitution. That's the power of public resistance. Want to see more? Subscribe now, hit the like button, and send this video to someone who still thinks you can't film here.